Oh my God, sometimes you think it's a peaceful day, but then this comes up. This is PBS. This is Christiane Amanpour. It's actually her associate questioning a journalist who wanted to have a discussion with Hamas about what they felt about what was going on. Imagine. So, quote, what gave you the idea to talk to Hamas leadership about the conflict? Say why you think that is important. I mean, from an American point of view, people do know that Hamas is considered a terrorist organization. For people who question the interview itself, can you tell us why you think it was so important to do? Wow. Just wow. This so-called woke liberal entity is questioning why somebody would ask the enemy what their motivation was. Y'all just love fascism, don't you? Parenthesis, by the EU, by the US, by the colonial world powers that are always being hit by terrorists. Why is that? He responds, I was really surprised. Readers have said, I think they are almost starved of this kind of information. That's what they told me. I'm starved of this kind of investigation. The IRA was a legitimate political actor before it put down its guns. And later on, quote, normally you'll judge the success of a mission by counting the bodies. James O'Brien from LBC. Quote, I just don't know what's being achieved with these drone strikes. Is that what you normally do? So a preemptive negotiated peace must be a horrible defeat. Maybe it's the war game without the heavy slaughter, which war has often been historically. Taking of coup, humiliating the enemy without killing them. It does mean a step has not been taken. My enemy lives on. The competition between men continues. He can avenge his humiliation by taking coup himself in the next raid. There was also the contest of champions, David and Goliath, Menelaus and Paris, Biden and Putin, Nettie and the Ayatollah, ha ha ha. The armies went home. Arms industries sulked. Maybe people enjoyed peace back when. This is not a glorification of a fantasized past, but a realization of a ridiculous, absurd, appalling present, that these questions should be asked. Stories of humanity's past inhumanities are consciously exaggerated to justify our present moral narcissism, our present moral depravity. We, in fact, out Caesar in butchery. When the woman in the Knesset claimed the Irani drone attack could have killed thousands, I almost heard her add, if you want to know how to murder, watch us. Negotiation had ended the Ukraine war, but the US and Boris Johnson stepped in and cached it. We will supply you and you will fight our proxy apocalypse. Yes, it is disgusting. History is full of battles not fought and compromises reached before perhaps a bloodthirsty God said, smite them. Why? For they are idol worshippers. Oh, we are not the idol worshippers, we are the smiters. Western philosophy in a flash. Without this really obscene oxymoron by the wealthy West, proxydom by the wealthy West, there would be no war in Ukraine nor Palestine. The less powerful would have to make some accommodation with their sense of self. NATO is not a peace insurer. It is an imperial threat to those who don't obey. We have warred forever, but the nature of the fighting has morphed. Ali's brilliant, quote, I'll stay here and fight you, my oppressor, is silenced by the methodical, righteous barbarism of thin, banal men in shiny suits. They're called Blinkens. The competitive impulse to war, from dick measuring to land lust defense have been modified before. We take the top prize for waging the worst wars, and we have created societies all over the world where life for many people is a sad thing and claim that life was good. The USA until the mid-60s was perfectly good with horrific post-slavery racial oppression, and it is still fine with massive economic oppression, while all the while claiming superstar status. Rather like Rome or the British Empire, all three belonging to the most brutal war. And when you make up this stupid argument that that's why everybody wants to come over here because this is where the good life is, no, the sadists come over here. The cowards who don't stay home and say, I'm going to fix my own place. It's ridiculous. Cruelty belongs to no particular nationality exclusively or ethnicity. It is universal. Some of us manufacture better lipstick for the pig. That is all. Claiming one group is innocent entirely is very darkly laughable. It is the new competition. Quote, no, I'm more virtuous and less sinning than you. Those were righteous bombs. Yes, but. There is no yes, but. God is great and therefore so am I. James O'Brien says they are like children. Yes, Jay, they are in a lethal kindergarten. Would they be more grown up for you had they killed 100,000 the other day each? More, I don't know, manly? This playground billion-dollar tit-for-tat that only kills by accident has precedent and is way more mature than massacres to me. And incidentally, the masters of war are much more likely to say, gosh, this is a lot of money to waste, not killing anyone. Back to the old effeminizing negotiations table, I guess. I propose we find a way to make peace exciting. I find it exciting. Taking coup, World Cups in war games, anything you like. Make theater. Very risky proposition without any death. Prove your manhood. Play Hamlet. Years ago, I saw a short film of young Armenian men hanging in a foxhole in Karabakh talking about war with the Azeris. It didn't take a minute to see they were enjoying themselves, that their dull, peaceful lives suddenly had meaning. Our civilization has two ultimate pleasures, two high feelings, weeping or cheering. If you can't discover your jollies otherwise, you have no right to complain. The monotheisms are very narrow in this way. They're very narrow anyway. You only allow for war. For all the protestations of peace, this and that, you are lying. The ultimate sacrifice means the most you can give. Think about it, if you still can.